Okay, this is another letter to the editor. It's called Radical Solutions Needed. So this guy writes in, our congressman addressed Congress regarding environmental laws that are hurting our water supply and said that we have passed from the realm of reason to the realm of ideological extremism, and then later says the radical environmental laws are squandering our existing water supply. This letter writer then goes on to say, this is a slap in the face to the many environmentalists and public servants who have worked so hard, especially in California, to clean our air, lower pollution from vehicles, clean our water, and so many more things. Our state has led the country in creating the many environmental laws that have made it healthier and safer to live in. He was nearly right, though. We do need radical and extreme new laws to launch us into a new era of clean energy without major use of fossil fuels. Maybe it's not too late to get our weather patterns back to normal. Maybe our representative should shift his concerns to appropriating funds to fix our aging reservoirs and dams and stop the propaganda that is hurting the effort needed to save our planet. For any government representative to do otherwise is immoral and unethical. Now, there are, for such a short letter, there is a large number of things that are just wrong with this. The unwarranted assumptions, the just this idea of clean energy without major use of fossil fuels. We've already done that in California to a larger extent than other states, and it's why we pay through the nose for electricity. It's why industry here is non-competitive with other states, is because we pay so much for electricity. To go down the path that this letter writer suggests will make business even more uncompetitive. It will make even more of the tax base leave the state, something that is already happening. And people people need jobs, and inexpensive energy is a big part of having those jobs stay here. So he's basically recommending that more jobs leave the state. And this idea that we need to use these funds from these carbon cap and trade taxes to to fix our aging reservoirs and dams. We've tried to fix our aging reservoirs and dams. Money already is appropriated with it, but you'll never see a leftist that will admit that. Their answer is always throw more money at it, even if money that's supposed to go to it is already being spent elsewhere. We've tried to build dams to keep up with population growth, but again, the leftists obstruct those efforts. And what good does it do to even have dams when they let all the water out to sea that is being stored behind those dams? This drought isn't really a drought in the way you'd think of it. We've had periods in California with less rainfall than we've had these past few years and past several years. In fact, a few years ago, we had an awful lot of rain. The problem isn't the level of rainfall and snowfall. The problem is that they don't store the water when it's behind the dams. They just let it run out to the ocean. It's a simple fact that it's a storage problem, much more than it's a precipitation problem. If they just left that water behind the dams, this would be greatly alleviated. But in usual leftist fashion, they're trying to use this as an excuse to throw money at a problem when they don't even spend the money wisely that is already allocated to dam maintenance and dam construction, infrastructure building in general. The money is all being diverted elsewhere. The state is incredibly poor at actually using money for its intended purpose. And then what do they want to do? They want to raise taxes when families are already struggling here. There, there are families where people are working two jobs to make ends meet, and they want to raise taxes on people again. Again, this is not a funding problem, it's a priority problem, it's a waste problem. And the worst thing we could be doing is trying to throw more money at it when money is already budgeted for this stuff. People need to really start asking the question, where is all this money going? Why isn't it being used for its intended purpose? That is a real problem in California.